Hey, Naomi here. We hope you're doing really well. And we at the Wenatchee River Institute want you to know that we miss visiting you at your school and hosting you on our campus in Leavenworth, and we can't wait until we can do that again. So in the meantime, we are excited to explore with you today the topic of camouflage. So why are certain plants and animals designed to blend in with their surroundings while others are designed to stand out? Let's find out. Camouflage is a defense tactic that plants and animals use to disguise their appearance, usually to blend in with their surroundings. Plants and animals use camouflage to mask their identity, their location, and their movement. This allows predators to sneak up on prey and for prey to hide from predators.
Hi, it's Elisa from the Wenatchee River Institute. I am here on the loop trail on the East Wenatchee side, and I am looking for critters that blend in or camouflage and living things that have to stand out to survive. Before I reveal our camouflaging critter, can you see a critter on the screen? Sure, you've seen it now. It is a western fence lizard. A very common and beautiful reptile in the Wenatchee area is the western fence lizard. These lizards are commonly seen sunbathing on paths, rocks, and other high places, which makes them an easy target for predatory birds such as hawks and eagles that hunt from above. But as you can see, this little lizard is well camouflaged on the wood post surrounded by grasses, so it's safe there.
Here's a cool example of an animal that uses two types of camouflage to help it survive as a predator. I'm talking about an owl. Let's take a look. Owls have patterned feathers that help them blend in with their surroundings, including tuft feathers above their eyes that resemble twigs. Owls also use a concealment posture where they stretch out and change the shape of their body to blend in with tree trunks. Owls also have an auditory camouflage. This is found on their feathers. These feathers have small, soft bristles that break up the air when they fly and allow them to be almost totally silent when they swoop on their prey. Sometimes camouflage works so well that certain animals also have a warning system to scare off any potential predators or other animals that might accidentally get too close. Here are a couple of interesting examples. Here we have an animal that blends in very well, maybe a little too well, if you've ever come across one on the trail. Fortunately, rattlesnakes have a built-in alarm. The rattle on their tail will produce a sound that will send a shiver up your spine and get you moving in the other direction in a hurry. Personally, I think this is quite polite of the rattlesnake, and I'd guess that most animals would prefer this warning over a venomous bite. Moths are another master of disguise. Besides their excellent patterning, moths have an ability to sense the perfect hiding spot. They don't just stay where they land, but they will walk around on a surface until they find a spot where they blend in the best. This eyed hawk moth hides well, but just in case it does get spotted, it quickly flashes its underwings that have an eyeball pattern on it. This will do the job at scaring away most potential predators.
One of the most amazing examples of camouflaging is the snowshoe hare, an animal that's also found here in central Washington. As you can see, the snowshoe hare is a light brown color without snow on the ground, allowing it to camouflage and survive. But when the snow falls and it's no longer able to camouflage, how do you think the snowshoe hare survives? The snowshoe hare's fur sheds off during the fall and early winter, and it grows white fur to blend in with its new surroundings of snow. Some still get caught by predators in the winter, but their chances of survival are greatly increased with their new coat.
Let's play a game of camouflage. Can you find where we're hiding?
Now let's see if I can camouflage using only what I'm wearing and the color of my hair.
Can you find Elisa in this picture? Some plants and animals use coloration tactics to stand out rather than blend in. Plants and animals do this for two reasons: to warn predators of their toxic or dangerous characteristics, such as a skunk spray, or to attract others, such as flowers who attract pollinators.
Hello, it's Katie from the Wenatchee River Institute, filming from Leavenworth, Washington today. We've learned that organisms can change their appearance or behavior in order to blend in or camouflage into their habitat. But some organisms want to stand out. Take male birds, for instance. Their female counterparts can often be found blending into their environment in order to incubate their eggs or hide from predators, but that is not the case for males. Depending on the species, males can be brightly colored, sing loud, beautiful songs, or display a flashy show in order to gain the attention from females. These loud displays for attention ensure that the male bird is seen and heard from a potential mate. Their loud song says, "Look at me, I'm not afraid of predators, pick me." Moving from the sky to the river, we can find salmon swimming or migrating upstream to lay their eggs in the same place they were spawned. They look a lot different at this point in their life. They are no longer silver but have turned bright red, signaling their readiness to spawn. These are just a couple examples of how an organism would want to stand out in their environment rather than blend in.
Brightly colored flowers are one example of a living thing that stands out in nature but is not an animal. Look at the bright pink petals of the Nootka rose. How do bright petals help flowers survive? Flowers rely on insects like this bumblebee to land on them and collect pollen on their bodies. The insects then land on another flower and transfer the pollen to that plant. This results in the seeds and repopulation of that plant to ensure the survival of that species.
We took some time to interview Torsten Watkins, an aspiring herpetologist from Wenatchee. Herpetology is the study of amphibians and reptiles. We began by asking Torsten, how did you get into herpetology?
I've been interested in nature for pretty much my whole life, but I've become really interested in reptiles and amphibians in the past couple of years. I don't really have a specific reason why or some event that triggered this, but I just think they're really interesting.
In your opinion, what reptile has the coolest camouflage capability?
There are a lot of different reptile species that use camouflage as defense from predators. Some reptiles camouflage themselves as sticks or vines or twigs, but some of my favorites are the leaf-tailed geckos that are native to the tropical rainforests of Madagascar. These species of geckos camouflage themselves as the leaves high up in the trees. If you look at pictures of them, you'll see that they look pretty much exactly like leaves.
How would you recommend others get into herpetology?
I think if you'd be interested in learning more about reptiles and amphibians and getting into herpetology yourself, I think you should go out on local hikes looking for some of our native reptile and amphibian species. You could also do research on some areas that you're interested in learning more about. This could be like Australia, but that's probably not a very good thing to start on because there's more than 1,000 species of reptiles and amphibians that live there.
Thanks for taking the time to talk with us, Torsten.
Let's take a look at this environment. What would an animal need in order to camouflage into this habitat? What colors do you see? Let's draw a picture of an animal that would camouflage well in this environment. And here is my creation. This is the animal I came up with that I thought would camouflage really well. Let's see if I did a good job. We've learned male birds would rather stand out than blend in order to attract a mate. Take this wood duck, for example. Look at how many colors he has. Note his bright red eye and vibrant green head. Can you design a bird that would stand out in the wild?
Now it's your turn. Get outside and search for plants and animals that disguise themselves, and plants and animals that are on full display. Play a game of camouflage with your family. Can you blend in with your surroundings?